Alright, Jason Rona here. We're at the 2022 Roar 1/10 Off-Road Nationals. We're here with Cole Tollard. We like to do these little videos at some of these races and talk to us about new product. Cole, fast guy all last year. This year he's been racing all the INS events, doing extremely well. Cole, we shipped up a body kind of last minute to Dark Side Designs. We're trying to finish out the trifecta of bodies for the B6.4. We got the P2 body here, which is a favorite among a lot of racers. And Cole, talked to us about kind of getting this body. You talked to me earlier about kind of what you prefer, your favorite bodies, but you have all three here.
Yeah, P2 body's been always pretty good. It's had very good grip, and it's just got a really nice look. Dakota runs it all the time on the TLR platform, and obviously he's doing well this weekend, and we want it for the B6.4, which has always been good. I know guys in Australia and the US have been running it all around the world, but yeah, got a nice look, and Darkside did an amazing job getting it out here super quick. And
yeah, we really appreciate all the painters kind of jumping on these for, especially for these big events. And Cole, you know, talk to us about the B6.4 in particular. We talked about this with the body with Spencer, but you know, when you kind of turn the car upside down here, you can kind of see, you know, we have a nice follow on the chassis. That was the big difference here on the 6.4, was this top part of the chassis. We wanted to make sure that you know, that this was a nice snug fit. You know, fits around the front of this chassis. It gets a little strange up here in the front where they have this opening up here where they made the chassis a little narrower, but you know, we did our best. We traced this thing out so it's a really nice and clean fit here in front of the steering area. You can see that's a big part of, you know, having these two-wheel buggies. Steer correctly is nothing binding. You want a nice clearance in this area, and then you know, the P2 design really starts with the cab, and then it really transitions to the back. You know, we started this as being sort of our outdoor body for more grip, but you know, traditionally you see guys run this on all different conditions, right?
yeah, I mean, when you want a little bit more grip and maybe some less steering, this body is a great option. I know a lot of guys prefer the F2 or the S2, but I mean, we always have the options to have bodies that work in different conditions, so P2 is a good fit.
So, you know, another thing, obviously this body is going to come with our carpet turf wing, we call it. That was the name we came up with when we started, but now it seems like we run it on dirt, carpet, and turf. So maybe we need to change the name to the trifecta of surfaces. But, I mean, Cole, we're standing out here on the track itself. We're running slicks. It looks like dirt, but I mean, look at your tires. I mean, this is the condition we run on 80+% of the time now, right?
Yeah, I mean, the grip just keeps on getting higher and higher each year at all these tracks, and it's just evolving each year, so we're always changing stuff, and we have to come out with the best products possible.
So when you're driving these kind of tracks, I mean, it's not a, you know, there's people on the internet that, oh man, what's hard about it, having all this traction, it's so easy, and these guys just punch it everywhere. But this is when you have too much traction, or you have a lot of traction, it makes driving that much more precise.
Yeah, you gotta hit your marks. Even like if you're a couple feet off the line, it's a tenth or two, and it adds up after 5 minutes. But it's just on edge. It's just on edge for 5 minutes. It's a sprint, not a marathon kind of feeling, but you don't want to just like go out there and send it sometimes. But
yeah, I mean, last year you're a podium finisher. We talked about getting third last year, your highest finish in two-wheel mod at the Roar Nats. But you know, here you got a fourth for the round. I mean, you're kind of in the game in terms of getting into that range you were in last year, and you know, you put in another TQ run or a second or a third, it puts you right in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, with these races and how bad everything is, you want to start up front. It's just really hard to pass everyone, and everyone's just like on the same pace. So you definitely want to start out up front in the AAA mains, because you never know what's going to happen. But Yeah, just trying to get another good round in, and hopefully we'll start in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, our goal here with the, going back to the P2 bodies to get this body out here at the beginning of September. This was a prototype that we sent in for Cole and Spencer in case they wanted the P2 like Dakota's using. You mentioned TQ'd some rounds, but we'll go over sort of your complement of products. We'll call it good. We already talked about the wing. We went into the turnbuckles on other videos, but tell us about the fin turnbuckles and kind of that black look with the fin cuts.
Yeah, it just looks really nice and clean. Something that you don't normally see. It's just got more bling factor. But
then we got obviously the mono wheels. You forget about some of these because we run them all the time.
Yeah.
But the Smoothie 2s, you were a big proponent of running ellipses before sanded down. This weekend you went the smoothie route. You got your 4th for the round, but tell us about sort of the difference between running a sanded versus the slick tire.
I mean, the Smoothie 2 has been incredible ever since it's came out now that we have more time on the tire, but it's just so much easier for your tire prep. I just scuff my tires in like roughly 30 seconds on each tire and you're ready to go for your race. But the ellipse, when it's sanded, it's really good like for 2 runs, but the carcass gets too thin and it starts to wrap and becomes very inconsistent. So definitely prefer the Smoothie 2s on the high grip tracks.
Something else we've been doing recently is we go to the RM2 or the harder insert, the black one, no cuts on top. I think we talked and you went with sort of a mixed combination. You went with black RM2s in the front and then the gray in the rear.
Yeah, I've ran a whole bunch this weekend with different foams. When the grip wasn't so high, I had gray foam in. And then when the grip started to come up higher and my car started to be a little bit more twitchy, ran the RM2 front with the gray rear. And the gray rear was good, but the grip started to come up even higher. You could feel the rear tire wiggle a little bit. So last round I went to the black and black, and I thought that was really good as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really stress enough how tough these conditions are. It's about being precise. The car has to be balanced, and you really have to be good and disciplined with your braking points and where you can turn in, because the car is just a balance of speed and consistency. And on this track, you have sweeping turns, ones that you have to do at speed on the throttle, and then you have ones where you throw it into a 180 and you're trying to shut down so you don't kind of over-rotate.
Yeah, you got a mix of things on this track. Definitely some different jump faces, not to the normal that we have, but it's definitely challenging. And it's always nice to have it at a nationals because it really shows who's really the best. But yeah, on this type of track conditions, anything is possible. If you just give a little too much wheel input, the car just flips over, or if you get too much brake, the rear locks up and skids out. So it's just very difficult track conditions.
All right, Cole, well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for your detailed input here. I know the P2 bodies, one we get requested a lot, and I think it looks really good here on the car. And your paint job, it looks fantastic. It's always one of the more popular ones. When I run my little non-scientific polls online, it's a popular one. So we appreciate it again, and good luck, and let's get up there on the podium again.